Dear friends, learning is an enjoyable experience and it can be converted into an optimal experience. So, I wish that every student who is undergoing education should turn his learning experience into an optimal experience so that he can achieve his potential. So, this dream will definitely be true for everybody who strives for acquiring the processes that are discussed in this lecture. These two books are used as reference for developing this content. I thank the eminent researchers from Harvard University, Professor Tal Ben-Shahar, and from Claremont Institute, Professor Mihai, Six and Mihai. For students, it will be a very good reading. So some of the concepts that they have acquired, learned over the years, that I am trying to tell you. The elements of enjoyment are, see, when the skill level that I have and the challenge that I am facing, if they are commensurate with each other, then I get the optimal experience. If I know how to get the optimal experience at play, why I cannot make that as an experience for education? This is the theme with which I developed this lecture. The psychological conditions that make it possible enjoyment, optimal peak experience seem to be the same for world over. See, if you are playing the table tennis game in India, in US or UK, you will find that to acquire the proficiency, the steps that you will be taking will be the same. Then why a learning experience should not have the same traits all across the world? So this is universal psychological phenomena. If we understand the elements of the flow model, definitely the learning that we are doing, the present and future benefit can be converted into an optimal experience. At the end of this lecture session, every student will definitely be able to convert his learning experiences into flow experiences if he is trying to acquire the things in the lecture. The elements of enjoyment are, see, if we feel that the task that is undertaken has the chance of completion. See, you take a topic, and if you are sure that you are going to learn that topic, you may not be 100% sure. You may need the help of some other person. But unless you see the possibility that you understand the topic that you are studying, you cannot have optimal experience. You cannot have enjoyment. So it is very essential that the chance of completion should be there in every goal that you are putting for yourself. All the objectives and all the education can be converted into short-term goals as objectives or self-concordant goals. The second element of the enjoyment is, see, I must be able to concentrate on what I am doing. If my full concentration is on the studies, on the topic, the time required to acquire the topic will definitely be very low. Compared to that, if there are distractions, the time that is required to get the contents of that topic will be more. So it is very essential that the conducive environment of concentrating on that topic is essential. So we must avoid all the distractions and concentrate ourselves on the quality learning experiences so that we get enjoyment in our learning. The other elements of the optimal experience are, see, once we have got clear goals, see, you are reading one page, close the book and try to recollect what you have read. That gives you an immediate feedback. If you are able to recollect what you have read, the chances are that you are enjoying your education more, and this will lead to an optimal experience. Most of the time, it is found that a very efficient player, when he goes and he is in his play mid-dust, see, all the movements may be very difficult for the person who is sitting in the stand. But the person who is playing the game, for him, all the efforts are, all the movements are effortless. So learning can become effortless if you have done good practice, if you are reading. So comprehension will become effortless if you have done certain amount of reading and have done this exercise of read, try to recollect what you have read. See, initially you may not be able to recollect all the things. After some time you will be recollecting some things. Then if you continue with this for a year or two, you will find that whatever may be the complexity, of the topic that you are reading, you will be acquiring within a very short span of time. So this effortless involvement is essential for a lasting enjoyment of the education. So optimal experience in education is possible when we are able to acquire these skills so that we can do them effortlessly. See, another element of the optimal experience is that I must get the feel that I have control over my actions. When you are learning a topic, see, 2 hour slot you have decided. So in the 5 minutes you will read something, in the next 5 minutes you will read something. But if you feel that, see, you are getting bored, you can listen to a song of your choice, relax yourself, and again try to read the topic. So this control of actions is available with you, that if you feel that something is difficult, you can relax a little, compose yourself, and continue. If this environment is available, then definitely the learning would be an optimal experience. In my opinion, the teachers should try to get the feedback from the students in the classes, so that when they are teaching a difficult subject, the student should have the feel that the learning teaching experience, whatever is going on, there is some element of control even the student have in the process, that will enhance the classroom teaching and that will enhance the learning experiences and will go to optimal experiences if done in proper balance. Most of the time it is observed that when you are engrossed in things, if somebody is reading a novel of his liking, his sense disappears, self sense disappears, he is engrossed, he will not find who is besides him. For an hour he will be reading it. So that should happen even with the studies. Why these things cannot happen with the studies? It has been found that the self emerges stronger when you have a flow experience. See, when you are learning a topic which is difficult to comprehend, and at the end of the learning session you are able to comprehend, definitely you will feel self-worth. You will feel that you have acquired something respectable, and that will boost your confidence in your learning experiences. So this will again propel you in optimal learning experiences. It is very essential that the sense of self should disappear when we are learning. And I think for any student this is very easy to experience. He himself can experience when he is engrossed in the studies, and if he is having more and more such experiences, then definitely the student has the potential to reach the optimal experience in learning. The sense of duration or sense of time is altered when you are in the flow. That is the optimal experience. Hours pass in minutes and minutes can stretch to seem like hours. See, most of the time when you are going to a movie of your liking, you find that 3 hours pass and as if a second has passed. Why one should not have such an experience for studies when those studies going to give you material wealth in the long run? Your position in the society will be determined by your professional success, and that professional success can be ensured by proper studies. If I am trying to compelling myself to have optimal experiences, and I build rituals around having optimal experiences so that the learning experiences are richer, so we definitely will become successful persons in our life. So I wish that every student should try to acquire flow experiences when he or she is studying on his own, or when she or he is in an educational environment where the education is given for their betterment. They need to understand the context in which they are getting educated. Every time all the elements for having the optimal experience may not be present, but it is the responsibility of the student that he should proactively try to incorporate such elements so that the learning experience for all the students around him and himself will be more and more optimal. The combination of all these elements causes the deep enjoyment. It is so rewarding that people feel that expending a great deal of energy is worthwhile simply to be able to get feel of that. Adventure sports are enjoyed by many people. See, if you are indulging in an adventure sport, the possibility that you will get hurt will always be there. Somebody is mounting Mount Everest, so he will get an injury. The possibility is there, but his mind is not on the injury. His mind is on scaling the height. So full concentration is on the activity that he is doing, and the energies that are required, enormous energies that are required, he is supplying from his body, propelling himself forward. Such kind of efforts, if one is taking for his or her education, so this is built. Every human being is built with deep enjoyment. So in my opinion, it is possible for every student to get this deep enjoyment if he or she is putting his all energies in the studies and get the optimal experiences. It is not a very difficult thing. It is possible for every person to enjoy acquiring new skills, acquiring knowledge, and become an efficient person in his work. An efficient person in his work will automatically be a good professional, and a good professional will get material wealth. You will get optimal experience in education. In addition to that, your optimal experience domain will be spreading all your life. On the family front also, you will be getting optimal experience. On the professional front also, you will be getting optimal experience. So I think that optimal experience in education is key to get all optimal experiences across all the span of the life. That's why my request to the students is that it is very essential that one must actively try to incorporate the elements of enjoyment in education. That's why the lecture's title is Learning and Optimal Experience. Enjoyment and quality of life is possible, and this is possible only when we are indulging in optimal experience, peak performance and peak efforts we are doing. If one does not expect perfect safety, recognizes that risks are inevitable. See, whatever action you take, even stepping, if you are moving from one place to another, single step is risky. It does not mean that we should not go out of the home. How we can attend to our work, how we can go to the schools and colleges. So unless there is an element of risk, humans do not enjoy. So that is a part of enjoyment, and that improves the quality of life. Succeeds. Less than ideally perfect world will be there all the time. Nobody on this earth has lived in a perfect world, but many people were able to attain the high heights. They succeeded professionally to the highest level in spite of the imperfect world around them. So I think my request to the students is that if India is facing dearth of good teachers, if so many teachers, even if after acquiring good degrees, they are not able to deliver, then that is one of the best opportunity. So if the student is putting his maximum effort and the higher education expansion is imminent in the 5 to 10 years, so large number of good teachers will be required for the country. And those students who are enjoying learning as an optimal experience in their lives, they have the possibility that they will get a very good career. Teaching is becoming a very good career in India. As I am in this career in the last 25 years, I have enjoyed the work, I have enjoyed the time with the students. So it is essential that you learn this rewarding habit and try to see that you are contributing to the best of your abilities to the solutions of the present problems. Threat of insecurity will always be there in any experience, as I given earlier. So we should see to it that this is not this is not marring the happiness. It should not obstruct the way to happiness. See, sometimes when it is raining, every person would like to go and dance in the rain. It's a risk. I may get caught with cough next day, but every person does it for the enjoyment. He will take medicine, but he will do it because the nature's gift, water, is essential. When the water is coming for the first time after the summer months, so children as well as old people, they enjoy the rain. I have seen this happening all across India. So we are culturally aware of the importance of the water because those are the months the water will be available, and then we have to stay with that water for whole year. So learning is like this. If learning is taken properly in the proper age, see, whole life will be an enjoyable experience. So as we dance in the rain happily, one must go through the learning experience happily. This is my perception. So one can improve the quality of life. Enjoyment is possible. So I took the example of raining and enjoyment while dancing in the raining because it is possible that I can convert every learning experience into, see, the drops of water are the knowledge. If they are falling on me and I am absorbing them, then nothing like that. Enjoyable events occur when a person has not only met the prior expectations, but he is doing something more than that. See, everybody knows that Japan, Toyota story. Toyota is the biggest automobile manufacturer. It began in Japan. See, natural resources in Japan are not that much, but they could beat General Motors and Ford of America because they were finding enjoyment in their work. And not only enjoyment, but see, the expectations of the consumers all across the world, they were trying to understand. And every product Toyota was giving was beyond the expectations of the consumers, comfort as well as all other aspects. So, see, an adversity can be converted into the best advantage is driven by the Toyota experience. See, India is endowed by the nature. So much of natural resources are there. If all Indians come together and think that, see, it is possible to convert this bounty of the nature into a good resource and every Indian will have a respectable life, good education, then it is possible. I think this is high time that we should indulge into such activities. Achievements, something expected, perhaps something unimagined before. See, you are enjoying a gadget, electronic gadget. See, I will give the example of mobile. If it has got MP3, initially mobile was not having MP3. It has got now internet. So everybody enjoys. See, if you are able to see your loved ones as well as listen to them, you want that. So with the increased bandwidth in the communication, it is possible that a person who is sitting in US and you are talking and you are seeing to each other. So many families are happy because of such experiences on the internet. So if something, you have got this sense that, see, I will not only learn, take enjoyment in the learning, but I will learn in such a way that I will try to put something in the knowledge domain in which I am learning. So that is this beyond. So that will propel you to get more and more optimal experiences. Enjoyment is characterized by this forward movement, by a sense of novelty, of accomplishment. See, you are learning the knowledge, body of the knowledge, and you know that this body of the knowledge can be extended by some experiments. You are conducting those experiments and you are acquiring that knowledge. You are sharing that knowledge with the world, and world acknowledges that this is your contribution. So automatically the enjoyment will come to the learning, and this learning will turn into an optimal experience. See, flow is an optimal experience. The most important part of the flow is that when one person is in flow, his action and awareness are merged. What does this mean? See, when you are engrossed in the studies and your mother is calling you, you are not listening. What does it mean? See, all the energies that are in your body are concentrated on the acquiring of the knowledge. See, the energy that should be coupled to your ears so that whatever your mother is telling, you should listen, is not available. If in learning experiences, this kind of deep concentration is there, then awareness will not be there. Your action, the action is learning. Actually, you may not be able to see the physical action from outside, but your brain is learning. And that learned brain is going to give that body of knowledge whenever you require. So that will come as a reflex action. Someone who has learned to swim falls into that pond and gets drowned, I have never heard in my life, you also will never be hearing in your life. Because he has acquired the ability to come out of the water before he gives in his life. So once a person acquires a body of knowledge, and in any circumstances in his or her life, that body of knowledge is required, so it will be at the beck and call. He will immediately apply that knowledge and come out of the circumstances as a winner. So this is what I call as, if one is turning the learning experiences into optimal experiences, this kind of learning will happen and the person will be very well in his professional life. See, in a flow experience, peak performance and peak experience, these are available simultaneously. So, in a state of flow, we enjoy this. This will give me the present benefit and future benefit. So, we are in a happy mood. See, even if when you are having you are playing a game, the game is taking energy from your body. But as you are doing that effortlessly and with deep enjoyment, you will not feel the efforts. After the game, you need replenishment, you need a good diet. And once you get that diet, your body will digest it very efficiently and you will regain the earlier vigor. Again, you can go into that experience. So, learning will be such an experience if one takes deep enjoyment. I wish every student should learn this. We experience pleasure and we perform at our best in a flow. So, it is possible for every student to convert every learning experience into a flow. Most of the times, all the time it may not be possible. The present and future benefits merge. While goals can and do change over time, the direction of the activity will be unambiguous. It does mean that, see, when you are learning, sometimes in a span of suppose 15 minutes, you are learning few pages. At other time, you will be learning few more pages. You will be able to acquire the knowledge of suppose 5 pages. Sometimes you will be able to learn only the contents of only one page. The direction should be unambiguous. You should keep your mind trained in such a way that this time slot I am going to have optimal learning experience. I will keep it for the studies and with full concentration. If this direction is kept properly, then even if sometimes the content that you learn will be less or more, but you will continue to learn. And this unambiguous direction will be giving you the flow experiences. This is an element which every person who experiences flow element world over has agreed. There is clear destination. Having a clear destination in mind liberates you to enjoy the journey. As you have decided that you will have your professional education within the stipulated time that you have decided for yourself, that is in your early age, then this clear destination will propel you to put more and more effort. Now you will be involved in the activities. What to do, that is not a question now. How to do, how to acquire more and more knowledge so that I get rich learning experiences, that is the only concern. And this is that way easy to do. If one persists with the proper rituals, it is possible to get these experiences. The present and future benefits merge in the flow, and this merging of the present and future benefits is giving the optimal experience. And in flow, it is observed that all across all cultures in the world, the present and future benefits are merged, and the people who are able to enjoy these experiences, which are called flow experiences, are very successful in their personal life, in their social life, in their professional life. So everybody should strive to do that. Present gain and future gain are possible when you are in this present gain, future gain mode. A clear future goal is not in opposition, but rather it is the contributes to the experience, the here and now. See, when a person is playing the game, his goal is to win the game. It does not mean that he is only concentrating on winning the game. he is concentrating at each and every point. Suppose it is a table tennis, then how to return the ball? His eyes are on the ball, his activity is just to return the ball. But in the long run, the person who keeps his eye on the ball will definitely be the winner of the game. Similarly, a student whose eyes are on the skills and knowledge for the acquiring and not only on the grades, see, the grades will automatically come. Getting good grades will not be a problem for the person who is getting engrossed in the studies. And even if there would be some problem, then the person who has the inclination to acquire the skills and knowledge in the longer run will overcome the situation and will get the proper grades. So some minor failures should not affect his studies. That is very important. Flow experience leads to the higher level of happiness by transforming the formula no gain without pain. The society-wide formula is there, no gain without pain, you are not having any gain. I think this is wrong. It is important to impress on the students that the experiences that you gain in the present, that is the learning experiences, they are essentially for your future benefit. And if you take happiness, if you are able to convert the present experiences into happy moments, then present happy moments will lead to future happy moments, and the person will be in the happy mode all the time, as far as possible. We reach this zone of present gain and future gain when our activities provide the appropriate level of challenge, when the task at hand is neither too difficult or nor too easy. See, if too easy question paper is drawn, every student will get good marks, but there will not be any learning. If a very difficult question paper is drawn, so very few students will pass, so the student will fear to go for that course. So even for the educators, what should be the complexity level? See, the complexity level in the first year will be low because he will be acquiring the basic knowledge. In the second year, it will be slightly increased. The structuring is very important. You will find that recent changes in the education system are most of the time for the benefit of the student, so that surveying the student where they are facing problem in studying, the syllabus is restructured so that many students should enjoy the contents of the syllabus while they are educating themselves as well as at the end of the course. So this continuous feedback and improvement is essential when it comes to make the learning experiences as flow experiences. On the screen you will find on the x-axis the skills are there. On the y-axis, the challenges are there. See, as you are having appropriate challenge, you are in the flow mode. So when you begin with a new subject, you will be studying very simple things. So you will be at the bottom, near origin. As you have studied simple things, and if the teacher is not increasing the complexity of the teaching, then you will be in the boredom. You will not get enjoyment in the learning. So teacher student together should talk and see to it that you are most of the time in the flow mode. If you are in the flow channel, then the education will be a very enjoyable experience, and with proper implementation of the elements of the flow model, that would be a peak experience with peak enjoyment. So it is possible to convert every learning experience into. In this graph, you will find that, see, the opposite of the flow is apathy. Neither the challenge is big nor the skill levels are high, means there will not be any learning at all. So this you will find with the people who are not entering into the education system itself. See, if the challenge is high and the skill level is very low, the student goes